One thing to note is that Arrogant Nephalem did opt for first pick, so they are going to be taking the first pick here, and of course, as such, having that spicy first ban. So, right now the big thing in NGS I've noticed is to lock tanks. Who do we prioritize here, Dax? Are we looking to see? Okay, it's just the white main first out.
Yeah, it's just coming out. It up here in the higher tiers. I mean, Whitemane is a good healer on these maps where you're constantly fighting. If anyone here has a pocket, Kel'Thuzad pick, getting those stacks in that bot lane. But the tank wise, we'll see. We'll probably see if we don't see the target ban. Johanna's not bad. She's just a good all around tank. I mean, right now I really like the Mephisto, or I'm sorry, not Mephisto, Mal'Ganis. He's iffy on a lot of people, but he's like one of my go-tos, especially since we normally see the ETC ban and the Johanna ban normally. But we're going to see the Cassia ban, just a strong meta ban right now, overtuned, rumored to maybe see that nerf bat this week, maybe in a patch.
Yeah, definitely. She is very strong right now. I always consider her the strongest in the game, and I'm glad you brought up Mal'Ganis because he is playable again, finally. Far too long. I've missed him terribly.
Yeah, I like the new heal talent, actually, at 1 and 4. That's my build I've been going when I play him a lot. Having a lot of fun with that, just getting in there, getting the Qs, getting the damage. And we're going to see the Tassadar first pick here. Not too bad, but rounding out that with the Stukov ban, Null Power this season does have a 76% win rate on that Stukov, so they just want that out of there. And we will see the Johanna first pick up with the Greymane here after that Tassadar locked in for the side of Avalanche.
Really solid pickups coming out right now. And I apologize, everyone. I was closing a tab and it immediately started playing a Reddit video that I was watching earlier. So if you heard that in the background, it's a guy feeding a frog a bug. ETC going to come out second there with the Anduin. Really solid band. We were talking about those tanks, and it looks like our two S-tier tanks, and ETC and Johanna, are going to be picked up. Like you said, my friend, we're going to see that Malthael banned away. And a lot of early priority coming out onto the supports. I'm surprised to see, like you were talking about with the Whitemane, with the Stukov. Could we see a Rhaegar come out here for Avalanche, or do you think that Arrogant Nephalem is going to go ahead and say, get rid of that? They've got the Greymane.
That wouldn't be a bad idea with the Greymane getting a lot, and there it is. That is a good call on your part there. I mean, Deckard is still on the table. Deckard is another S-tier hero in the current meta, especially in these small fight points. Ruby's going to get a ton of value, and Deckard can also help poke and stall for days. I'd expect probably a Deckard pickup here, and potentially maybe grabbing the Leo if the double soak. Here with that Malthael off the table, Kaimi does play a Malthael 87% win rate this season when Kaimi is on that Malthael. And then there is the Deckard and the Urel, which is another hero I'm currently working on in the off lane. But she is fun, can do the double soak. But I think in the structure, Zul is still on the board here. We could see the Zul yet. Or Leo, both can double soak a little bit better than Urel can. And Leo would probably trade better into the Euro with a higher health pool, and we're going to see a Lost Vikings and a Zarya. Let's talk about some Game 1 spice here.
Yeah, we asked for the spice, and they're bringing it. And, like, I honestly, in a million years, if you had said, Trixie, what do you think the next two picks are going to be? I would not have said Lost Vikings, Zarya, especially with the Greymane on the other side. Big, bursty boy. We could see a Zeratul offlane here to really pressure them even more. The Zarya with the TAS implies that we're going to see a lot of push power coming out from the side of Arrogant Nephalem. Maybe just, kind of live there forever while the Vikings soak the other two lanes. But we are going to see Skeptic with that last pickup, Li Ming. Now, this could pose trouble for Arrogant Nephalem just based on the fact that Li Ming and Greymane have insane burst damage. And if those Vikings aren't careful, then they're just going to become, It'll say 4 kills, but really there'll be like 35 on each Viking, and I'm gonna drop it back to us.
Yep, not a bad. You know, you got the Deckard lockdown. You got the Johanna, and like you said, that burst out of Li Ming and Greymane. That is like if anyone gets stuck in that Deckard route, and then post 10 any shield. I mean, there's going to probably be some problems for Arrogant Nephalem down there. I mean, good with the Zarya pick. Probably going to be in the 4-man there, and then Anduin does have the Yeet of Faith, as I like to call it, on his trait, but it is a very long cooldown, so it might save 1 or 2 people. But there are a lot of bursts coming out on the side of Avalanche here.
I'm very excited. I really have to give it to Avalanche too, but those Vikings, I don't know, very, very spicy. Mono brings up a good point. Hypercarry task is interesting. We haven't seen it. But Siri Sonora's Viking power, or Cirrus Sonora, excuse me. So it could go either way. On the left-hand side, your home team and 3rd seed for Division B is going to be Null Pointer on that Anduin, Sigatai on the ETC, Dekillian rocking that's the Zarya, Drape on that task, and Kime will be your Vikings.
All right, and over in the red trunks for Avalanche, we have Cash and Ashes on the Deckard, I Like Men on the Yrel, Dragon Fury on the Greymane, Skeptic on the Li Ming, and rounding it out, we will have Flockwands on the Johanna.
Yeah, good luck with that.
You know what? I wanted to say Lord Farquaad. Like like that's just what it looks like to me. From Shrek is Lord Farquaad, and then that's just what I want to say.
You know, works for me. We're gonna see both teams actually jumping down here in the bottom lane. Usually we see a little bit of the mid fight first, but today looks like Avalanche maybe trying to prevent any kind of cheese with those Vikings, and maybe even Arrogant Nephalem trying to go for that cheese. They're going to take it down to the bottom here. Dragon Fury getting caught out behind the wall so early, but no damage really going to come to him. And Trave actually in a little bit of trouble, has to get the allied shield from Zarya. But now immediately Dragon Fury is in trouble. Nice Cash and Ashes. Scroll of Sealing comes out there, gets him out.
Yeah, absolutely. I was, everyone's talking about the hyper carry Tass, and I'm sitting here looking at this team comp, and Tass does a lot of damage, but he doesn't really necessarily have the finishing power. So that could be Zarya maybe with a grenade, or maybe some Anduin with I forget what his W is called, but maybe being able to get those final picks, because Deckard could, the Ruby value and just the scattered potions about, we may see Arrogant Nephalem having a hard time just finishing kills.
Definitely. They're more of a late game call. The more that the Arrogant Nephalem is so better, they'll do. I know the fog on high is really impressive. I'll see if I can't swap it to low for our next game if we get a fog. Fog on this map, reminder everybody, gives you stealth if you hide in a bush, and then allows you stealth for about 45 seconds. Looks like fog for news 7. I'm not sure why they banned the Cassian. Maybe they don't intend to play it. We are going to see that Scroll of Sealing come out. Connect on Bizarre, who takes a ton of damage, but a nice save from Sigatai. Really fantastic power slide. Saved the Killian's life. And both the tappers were grabbed. Nobody was able to get them in. We're just going to take a quick look before the towers start at this top lane. I Like Men just harassing these Vikings, but they take a turn, and now they're losing a little bit of health. Right now, it goes either way.
Absolutely. We got the first objective here up in here in 10 seconds. Now the Vikings will be able to stall out pretty well. They may be able to try and cap both top here while giving Yrel a little hard time here. Looks like, I'm sorry, I don't see Vikings very often, so I don't know their names. But the Eric, I believe, Eric the Swift, the little fast one, is just going to be able to probably stall this out forever.
Makes it very hard for the members of Avalanche to try and grab that early altar. We can see up here in the top, all 3 Vikings are here, making it difficult for I Like Men to grab this altar. But in the bottom, Li Ming gets obliterated by the members of Arrogant Nephalem, and it looks like they're going to have to back out of here. Johanna pretty low, Dragon Fury incredibly low. They're going to go ahead and back up. Oh, excuse me, dropped my mic. Oh, come on, it always does that. My mouse, excuse me. And do we see all 3 shrines go over to Arrogant Nephalem? Zoom out a little bit more.
Yeah.
So we can
Darrell's a little low on mana, about half health here. But we're going to see the rest of Avalanche rotating in here. Kaimi getting knocked back on 2 of those. Decker Root missing a little bit. Uriel saying, "Oh no, you bothered me enough on this point. I'm not going to let you walk out of here scot-free." But a little low on mana. Makes it hard to push buttons when they're not going to let you.
Definitely. They're giving I Like Men a really frustrating time here. We're going to see Falcons have to go back, grab some health there. And 1 tower already taken down from Arrogant Nephalem. Pumpkins have respawned, so they're going to go ahead and take those. We'll see if Avalanche does the same. ETC just trying to zone out, but it looks like they're more interested in grabbing that level 7, which they're able to do here. And now they're looking to head to those sappers. But Arrogant Nephalem not allowed to get through so easily.
Well, Trabe's getting low there. He's going to get himself out of there, trying to continue some of that damage, but he's going to get blinded by the Johanna there, not being able to continue that auto attack.
Looks like Arrogant Nephalem is just going to go ahead and back out, like you said, Dax. And while we're waiting for the miraculous team of Greymane by himself with a little help from a Decker coach to grab those pumpkins, we'll take a look at some of these trades. We got 5 stacks on that Give Me 20 from Zarya, helping keep her shield a little bit stronger. Dark One's going to take a little bit of damage here. Out comes the rubies, a ton of them in there. They're going to try and grab those rubies, heal up nearly to full, all the way to full. Sigatai looking very low. Killian running for their life. Trabe drops the electric fence. They're going to have to back away. We can see the members of Arrogant Nephalem taken pretty low, and that's what happens when you've only got these single damage tasks. As he gets low, the fight's just kind of over.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm taking a look here at just some talents and a little bit of a different build here from Uriel coming out here. Dauntless at 1 is about the normal pick here, but then we're going to have Aegis of Light granting her allies armor, probably dealing with that Zarya and that Tassadar's auto attacks here, and then the Divine Steed being able to get with her team and probably maybe get to a point here, maybe before the Kaimi can get control of the Vikings to get them to a point. And we're going to see the 1 channel go to the side of Avalanche here. And we're going to continue the soak game.
Channels have been tied up here. Arrogant Nephalem does have level 10 now, so really impressive that Avalanche was able to get that tower. And we can see the light bomb come out, that Zarya Graviton Surge did come out as well. They don't pick up anything yet. Falcon's doing a really good job of being able to zone and protect for their team. However, this next tower may just go down. Oh, it's got 9 health. And there it goes. The team able to grab it, no problem. They're gonna go ahead and back off, happy with what they've got. And it looks like Avalanche does have level 10 as well now. Anything speaking to you, Dax? Anything that looks out of the ordinary?
Nothing, pretty standard here. We're going to stay a while and listen. We've got Ardent Defender on the Uriel, Curse Bullet, Wave of Force, and Blessed Shield. So everyone within the Mosh Pit Interrupt did go ahead and take that. We do have the Black Hole on the side of Arrogant Nephalem there. Going to be used here for a little zoning tool into that wall. Dragon Fury a little low on there, but they're going to secure the 1 kill in an off lane. And then
as well. Camp is taken by Avalanche. We saw the Black Hole come out there, but unfortunately it was kind of pushed into the corner. Usually you want to fight with Black Hole in those tight corners, but unable to do so. They just kind of pushed him into 1 corner instead of completely out, and the Deckard, able to avoid it, was able to get that stay while and listen. Amazing that nobody died there. Everybody just kind of pressed R and ran away.
Yeah, absolutely. And a great combo coming out there by the Tassadar. You don't normally see it, but like just being able to black hole people onto your electric fence to secure a lot more of that damage. You see it usually maybe as a disengaged tool or something like that, but just to make sure the whole team ends up standing and getting damage from the electric fence. I like seeing that a lot.
I didn't even think of that. That's a really clever pickup. Yeah, you can slow to make sure that your team gets away safely, like we saw in that fight right there. And then, as you said, also get a little bit of extra damage. We're going to see Avalanche take a little bit more of a dominant stride here. Actually, looks like they traded out. So 28 to 28 team fight. It could go either way for either team. Big cooldowns available for everybody. Everyone's got their ult up. Both teams have really, really short cooldowns. We're going to see Sigatai jump in with that. Lightning bomb's not going to be able to hit anything. Teams are just trying to fight right now. Out comes the Leap of Faith to protect Trey, but again, it is the only damage. Bhagwan's taking a little bit of damage. They've only got about quarter mana. Cash and Ashes making sure to keep them healthy, nice and full on HP with those potions. And it looks like the invade was not in successful for. Oh, actually, I stand corrected. Arrogant Nephalem able to pick up that camp there. So they kind of just swapped, traded each other, but Avalanche was able to clear that out. Easy peasy.
Yeah, they got the trade. No value out of it onto their structures just yet, but both sides, like you said, trading out for the experience here. And taking a look at the experience, Urel is doing her best to try and keep up with those Vikings. Kaimi right now with about 4,000 experience over top, which is going to give them about that level lead here, and then just 2 kills on the side of Arrogant Nephalem. So not too far. They're down. If they can get a kill or 2 here, they could be looking at catching up on 13s and then tying this up. Speaking of tying up, it's 28-28. That's the nice thing about this map on Towers of Doom. I mean, it is truly not over until the last tower shots come through.
This is the #1 comeback map. My team used to always joke, you only need a chair and 1 tower shot to make it happen. So as long as you have 2 of those things, you're sitting pretty. We are going to see the aggressive stance coming out from Avalanche. Skeptic is going to channel, have to back away. Out from Graviton Surge, and to stay a while and listen. Seegentai very low, getting poked out by Dragon Fury. Light Bomb is dropped. Jakillian, but Tassadar is the first to go. That's all of the damage from Arrogant Nephalem. They have to be very careful. All 3 Vikings are here who are just getting dominated by I Like Men. No point. They're trying to heal up their friends as best they can. Drop the chastise. No Vikings were killed. They do retreat though. Jakillian getting hit by that blessed shield. Greymane just chunking away. A fantastic slide by Seagentai once again. And Arrogant Nephalem is just so hard to kill, Dax.
Yeah, I mean the double support with the Zarya Anduin combo, a lot of healing coming out there. But I think that's going to be the game plan, is just getting onto that Tassadar with the Greymane and the Wave of Force with the Li Ming, as well as that Urel, and just if Tassadar's down, there's a huge lack of damage, and Deckard will be able to sustain through that. And I think that's the game plan moving forward here for Avalanche.
Really solid now. Looks like they're trying to grab hold of this bottom tower, as is pretty standard on Towers of Doom. But then deciding, you know what, the sappers are up, so we're going to go ahead and head to those. Fog has active. Seagentai sniffs this out, though. Cash and Ash just sitting in the bush, completely invisible. I stay a while and listen, interrupted there. However, Light Bomb was dropped, did not connect onto anybody. Greymane dropped that first bullet onto, it looks like Tassadar. Trey having to back out. They are up to 60% health there.
I've opened my tunnel as well.
Tunnels.
Yeah, absolutely. Graviton Surge getting used there, getting 2 members of Avalanche caught in that. But, Avalanche doing a great job keeping that Tassadar low enough where he didn't feel safe. And we have a pause.
We have a pause, so we're going to jump back to us really quickly while we wait to figure out what's going on. We'll keep you informed as we can. Seeing a little bit of chat. Cat eat the mouse is Cash.
Always.
This was a pause by No Pointer. Kaim says, cats, am I right? All right, we got some friends in chat. Oh, how you doing, guys? I see that, talking about your day. That's nice. And talking about chat, can I just say, I don't like to call people out very often, but, whoa, no. You've been at, my last 6 streams. Thank you so much for, my volume is low. Alrighty, I'll go ahead and fix that. My apologies. Looks like I got turned down a little bit. Alrighty, you'll have to let me know if that's better. Thank you for letting me know. But seriously, whoa, no, you've been in my last 6 streams. You're always here. You're always chatting, and I really appreciate that so much. Did you just come and hang out with me? And I'm babbling about things like I don't know what my cat's name is, or why I like playing Jinx on Summoner's Rift. Let's see. All right. Trabe says we're ready. Hopefully the volume is fixed, guys. Let me know, and I can definitely adjust that if it's too high or it's too low. Hi, John Knight. It's good to see you. Do it a bite. Always a pleasure. So Arrogant Nephalem is ready. Avalanche will be here in just a second. Okay, you want to unpause Dax or shall I?
You go for it whenever you're ready. Like I said, it looks like we did just get the camp picked up on the side of Avalanche, their own sappers here, and I think that's where we're going to leave. Where we left off.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. I am learning while doing this that pause, break. We'll go ahead and bring you guys back over to here. That the altars have health. They have 50,000 health. I've just learned that, as you can see in the corner. Can I get rid of it? Stay a while and listen does come out as a team fight immediately picks up here. Out comes the Condemned. Next, follow that Scroll of Stone. No points are gonna immediately pop there. Trape having to run for their life. Unstoppable competitor coming out from Killian protects them. It's a tad lower than your host, still good. Okay, I will go ahead and fix that in 1 second as the triple altar phase has spawned.
All right, we got all 3 Vikings trying down here, trying to protect and stall out on this channel here. The Urel's going to come down. We're going to ignore the top 2 now. We're just going to all-out brawl here for this bottom one. Anduin's still taking a nap, 10 seconds away from joining the team. We're getting a huge hammer coming out from I Like Men on the Uro. We're going to see Zarya go down. Getting the Li Ming resets. I hear that sound in my sleep. We're getting another leap in here from I Like Men. The hammer back, and she is just doing, Urel's just doing an amazing job just keeping these Vikings in check. Another Li Ming reset. We're going to see Cash and Ashes getting that bottom channel, and Kaimi may get stalled out here on little Eric. The channel going to be okay, and we're going to see Li Ming catch that one. We may see a 3 altar channel here for Team Avalanche.
Avalanche is going to be very aggressive here, but I Like Men jumping down to 140 health. Out comes to stay a while and listen. Cash's ETC who drops the power slide. Yet caught not in the scroll of Searing. I Like Men trying to jump in. Now the team is split. Johanna, very low on mana. I Like Men, very low on health. Time trying to channel. And there are 7 bodies defending this altar. Urel does eventually fall here. And does look like it is going to be 2 for 1 in favor of Avalanche there. Arrogant Nephalem down, but certainly not out right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Feels bad on the Urel. She died 5 seconds away from getting her Ardent Defender back up to be able to heal a little bit. A lot of great poke coming out there to keep everybody low, and everybody was taking the potions because they needed them, and even before they could turn into the tall boys. So they were in desperate need of some Capri Suns. We're going to see Segatai slide in here, but Farquaad's going to keep the good zone so his team can capture these, or I'm sorry, not capture, but defend these Pimpkins and keep them where they're staying.
Where did... I don't see... Okay, Greymane died. Anduin died. Did they die in the death zone? I'm not sure what happened there. I kind of missed that one. If anybody knows, please let me. Stay a while and listen. Gonna go ahead and come out here. This has been a non-stop brawl. Out comes that... Mosh Pit is interrupted there by the wave of force from Li Ming. Black Hole was also dropped. Cash and Ash is running for their life. They've got 80 health. They are going to go down. And now Johanna, no health, no mana, has to pop the Iron Skin and flee. That is going to be 1 for nothing going over. Well, 1 for nothing and the Pumpkins. Well, not the Pumpkins. I can't speak English today, guys. I was telling the teams that before we started. Pumpkins go over to Avalanche. Down goes Deckard Kane there. Those are the important things. And 1 lone B-step comes out from Skeptic, trying to keep this fort protected as the double camps are picked up in the top lane. We're going to see if Urel can interrupt this one. Over here on the right-hand side, looks like he is going to be able to. Little teeny tiny Eric is at the least health of the Vikings, and now she's not even going to try and channel. She's just going to make sure that okay, never mind. Get a channel now as the team comes up. 1 already picked up by Arrogant Nephalem.
All right, looks like we'll get Skeptic on the back channel here, and maybe Johanna and Dragon's Fury and Urel coming down to get a good zone, and they're just going to gentleman's trade this one and go back to the lanes here. 20's almost on board here for Arrogant Nephalem. Avalanche is about 1.5 levels down. Your kills are even back up. Structures are still the same, but 6,000 more experience coming over on the side of those Vikings here. And Urel is doing her best to try and help in the team fights when need be, and then soak these 2 lanes. She is trying to be in all 3 lanes at one time, and Divine Steed is getting a ton of value for her.
Take a look at these talents while everybody's just doing the race to 2020 is a hit by Arrogant Nephalem, and now Avalanche really needs to be careful. She's got that gravity kills, silence the team. If they get caught, they could be in some serious trouble. A little bit of a team fight breaking out here. Kimes, baby Eric getting so very low. Johanna comes out with the condemn. Trape trying to get a little bit of poke damage here. 20 still not hit for Avalanche. Anything spicy? What's this Hassadar? It is going to be Kala's Gift, which gives spell power for yourself and each nearby allied hero up to 20%. So they get the full 20%, even with the Vikings. I was thinking maybe, it could be a little bit more, but seeing attacks only 20, that's pretty solid. Vikings coming out with this Fury of the Storm here. Very interesting. And then, of course, who could forget Death Metal?
Ooh, that mosh pit and black hole saving Trape, getting out of there with a sliver of health. I like men popping the Ardent Defender to get the health back. We're going to see Light Bomb come out here. Johanna, we're going to see a 6-man. I can't even count that high. Hammer stun from Urel coming out there, just kind of stall out that team fight and get the hard reset here.
Greymane does go down, so this altar may just go over for free to Arrogant Nephalem, but they want more. They're looking for this tower here. Only got about 60% health. Sigatai is so very low, though. Johanna runs into the thick of things. We can see the Vikings up here in the top taking this sapper camp. Eric able to grab that altar. They don't grab it before they grab this bottom keep here, and that's a lot of grabbing. Able to get those pumpkins, no problem. See if we can't push them in down here and potentially look to take the keep. But here comes the wave of force from Leeming, just scattering them everywhere as level 20 is finally hit by Avalanche.
Yep, absolutely. Great call there on the side of Avalanche. We're going to see Decker get caught there in that Graviton Surge. Johanna is about half on health, but Decker leaving a little couple presence of the Capri Suns here, trying to get to her tap here to tap. Get right back up, root here, but we do have 20s online. Like I said, I was trying to say that. Great job on the team fight side of things from Avalanche, just giving that one objective. Still in the lead, able to get 20, and then try to avoid that fight before, just hold out until they got 20s as well.
Definitely. We are going to see that bottomless flask for Deckard. So in that bottom fight, Avalanche was able to sustain a little bit longer. Even though they didn't have a healer, they still had the ability to be healed so long as they ran over those potions. Those combined with the level 16 super healing potion really is helping them to sustain. However, sappers have been grabbed once again by Arrogant Nephalem. And although we don't have Merklord, I don't believe... No, we have Eric the Swift, no Merklord. These pumpkins can do some serious damage at 20 minutes into the game. And 10 shots, if Arrogant Nephalem gets both of these, then Avalanche could be in some serious trouble.
Yeah, they're doing a great job zoning out here. We're going to see the Vikings try and slow I like men's rotation down here. Urel getting poked down pretty hard here. Already used. She's going to get probably taken down here, I think. Yep, and there it goes. Already used. Ardent Defender probably in another team fight previously here. And that is another body down. We may see both caps going on the side of Arrogant Nephalem.
Oh, and this is exactly what Dekillian was waiting for. Just Deckard using his ult stands perfectly still. Wave of Force protecting Passion Ashes from getting hit by that Light Bomb. And now Dragon Fury is insane, going after that Anduin, kicking him down. However, Kaim able to grab us, and just as we predicted, both altar faces going over to the side of Arrogant Nephalem here. Sigatai getting pushed underneath the tower. Johanna trying to get him. They do get caught in the death moss, though, however, completely forgot about that. Dekillian having to run away, though, nothing they can do except for get their friend out, and Leeming with the resets is furious. He's gonna go ahead, try and pop through that personal barrier. Not able to do so, does go down to Tassadar. And Achillia, they escaped with 91 health before hitting that fountain.
How angry do you have to be at Calamity for that to happen? She blinked in and tried and secure that kill for her team, maybe get the reset, blink back out. But, leaving Tassadar at 90 health and taking the tower shot or some final poke from Tassadar there, just kind of has to feel bad for your team there.
You definitely understand that. You go in, you're like, you know what, team? I've got this. We got it. No problem. And one thing I didn't even notice here is that Arrogant Nephalem did manage to pick up this middle keep. So this does leave an opportunity with ETC's dead for Avalanche to go ahead and take this back. But bottom keep has now been taken. Urel does secure the pumpkins. And now the team is in some real trouble here. I mean, 5 shots on the core. Viking's going to take the other one away, so that'll make it 6. That would leave Avalanche with 1 shot on their core. Now, as we said earlier, you only need 1, but still a rough position to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. They're with the top and bottom. They're going to have to play Ring Around the Rosie. The next, we're going to see all the ults coming out here. We're seeing everybody push R underneath this tower. The tower is almost gone. We have Electric Fence zoning out Team Avalanche. Dragon Fury's focusing on this tower to get that back in their favor here. And just everyone getting out safely. Great job on the healers. They're keeping their teams up.
Really nicely done by Avalanche. They took the tower back. Kaim is going to go ahead and grab that altar, but this time they're only taking 5 shots. They still have 2 left on the board here. Not that that's really any different from 1, but it's kind of nice to know. And now another thing that has got to be a stressor on Avalanche. Boss is game here. Talents, I can show you some talents.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's where we're going to see Kaimi go. Having the Vikings, they have to know that he's up here. The boss is a play at all times. They may want to try and invade. Urel's going to go up here and scout, see if she can knock them off the point. Kaimi's going to maybe let this thing leash back, trying to zone that out, but that's going to have to be the play for Avalanche here. And we're going to see Johanna get taken down here in the bottom.
Greymane
and the Greymane
go down as well. Really hard fight. Got it just in time. Other 2 members of the team going to scurry away, and now the rest of Arrogant Nephalem is going to return to help their Vikings. Urel, 130 health, does go down. And with 3 members down, it looks like that's going to be game. Dax here.
Yeah. Yep, unfortunately, it's going to come down to a final boss play, but great game from both teams coming out here. Really back and forth. Avalanche was in this game, but I think just the value that the Vikings bring in that soak into the late game. And shame on me, I guess. I thought the kill potential coming out from Arrogant Nephalem with a lot of poke damage, but maybe not a lot of finishing. But we're going to see Tassadar being able to secure those kills for his team, as well as the Lost Vikings. 10 kills between the 2 of them. But that soak power coming out for the Vikings just proved almost. Looking at it now, poor Urel only 27K, while the Vikings had 45,000 experience soaked in what I would assume was a 23 minute game, and that's just crazy.
Now we're going to go ahead and take a look here. 15-6 kills. Really quickly, Banky, thank you very much for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the stream. GG's coming out. Once again, Ciara says Viking power. We're getting here from I Like Man. Everyone's just ready to go. First pick going over to Avalanche in our next game. And just really quickly, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these talents. Like you said, Dax, really insane soak here from the Vikings. Urel did her best, but there wasn't a whole lot that she could do there, unfortunately. And the Vikings, as was just brought up by chat, 0 deaths. I mean, we did have 1 Viking kill, which counts as 0.5 if you want to get technical. But on the scoreboard, that's a big old goose egg, which has got to feel amazing.
Yeah, and I guess I'm trying to think, because Avalanche would have they picked the map. Maybe not comfortable with the Butcher. Somebody to maybe take advantage of that Vikings pick, because I think they picked Urel before. So I might be wrong thinking back, but yeah, I don't expect, if we're going to another big map here, I don't expect Kaimi to be able to play the Vikings again.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we've learned about Vikings, I'll jump back to me while we go ahead and get our lobby set back, or jump back to us, excuse me. Lily has run from her bed. Bummer. If you know that the team plays Vikings, like the next game, it's like, get them out of here. Like, I don't care if it's a team with a Spider Queen. Nobody wants to play against that.
Yeah, it's just getting the soak. Good offlaners. They'll try and double soak whether you win or lose the objective. But being able to have that fifth body to make it an even team fight on any objective, but having the extra two bodies to it's just the soak the lanes is it's really huge, giving your team just an advantage all game long.
All right, it looks like in chat we're having it's pronounced Kime. It's actually how we've been saying
Kime.
Kime and Kime. Okay, that's really interesting. I've never seen it pronounced like that. But thank you, chat. We can only read phonetically as best we can. So we'll refer to him as Kime next time. You got it. When in doubt, Vike it out. All right.
I like that saying.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of like I murk, I die, I murk again. Witness me.
Mm-hmm.
We're just
Yeah,
waiting
absolutely.
to hear from Trey what pick they want. And it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Alterac Pass. So I'm going to go ahead, show you guys the maps very quickly. And actually, here is the bracket. So we can, this is not the bracket we want. This is the bracket for Heroic. This is the bracket we want. Alrighty. So it is going to be, we are right over, gosh, where are they? Where are we? Okay. So we're in the bottom left-hand corner. You can see Arrogant Nephalem versus Avalanche. We're still in the first round of playoffs. So still waiting to see whoever wins this match will move on to fight Abba Murky Cult. And then, of course, or wait, no, that's not right. Looks like Soak Every Lane versus Abba Murky Cult. Right?
Yes. So the number one seed should have the easiest path to the dance. So if Avalanche gets the win, if they were able to get the reverse sweep here tonight against Arrogant Nephalem, I believe then that they would swap with Soak Every Lane, and Caffeinated Knights would play Avalanche, and then Abba Murky Cult would play Soak Every Lane, I believe, if that's how they do it.
You know how these work, because I certainly don't. Doing my best. We're going to go ahead and get this settled here while I also try and figure out why the Heroic Division is still on here. I'm going to go ahead and hope that that's it, and we're going to turn this. There we go. So, as you all can see, as I update it in real time, you get to see a little bit behind the scenes, even though not really. Our second game is going to be Alterac Pass. This was picked up by Arrogant Nephalem, who did pick Towers of Doom, which was picked by Avalanche. Now that we go ahead and get that ready, I'm going to link the lobby to the teams, and we'll get you guys here in just a second.
Yeah, Antius in chat wanting to know our thoughts on TLV taking care of that URL. Or at least killing the URL. I mean, it's 3v1. I think at that point, I don't see a lot of Vikings in my game, so I'm not really sure what they bring to the fight. I know I do play URL, and a couple times when he did get caught out there, his Ardent Defender was already on cooldown, which is the major heal. Even the channel, they have the stun, so any channeling can get interrupted by URL. But just great job all around from Kime. Try to get this pronounced right to create that habit, so I don't till him when he watches the VOD. But yeah, just great play. Another, maybe coming an Alterac Pass, maybe to try and bait out that Vikings ban. So they can get him on maybe his Malthuel. This is kind of a 1-3-1 map, so we might see some different, one damage dealers on one side. Dahaka, you can see the globals, but Poke really comes out here to win the day. Maybe a hammer comp. We can see if we like some spice. I would be okay with a hammer comp coming out here.
I would love to see some hammer. I'm going to boop it back here to us for just a second while we get everything settled up and squared away. Outdock Pass is really exciting. It's a lot different than Towers of Doom, just in the fact that, Towers of Doom, you kind of want to blow people up and then take the altar. Whereas it starts out as 30 seconds, and then I believe the final objective can get anywhere from. It starts at 30, and I believe it moves up to 50. So you have to defend and channel that altar for 50 seconds late game. That can be really difficult. So we definitely want to see some sustainy heroes come out. ATC Johanna, once again, would be fantastic here. Maybe healers who don't run out of mana as easily. Trying to think. The only thing that can come to mind right now is not Tyrande. So,
Yeah, Tyrande, I love Tyrande, but I just think she's not in the current meta. Maybe if she did some more damage to help out her team and get some kills quickly, kind of like the Rhaegar. Lucio would probably be a decent healer here. I know this is a really good Alexstrasza map, but camp clear is important. You got to take those, those camps almost on cooldown every minute and a half. That is XP and some lane pressure. Garrosh is good on this map. Him being able to yeet, your ally into their tower range on that first objective there, really securing those kills. This is just one of my favorite maps. I love the core mechanic, being able to regen its health, and you're almost really needing the 2 keeps down before you can even maybe try and pressure this for a win.
Right. Nice analysis. I'm sorry. We're both doing like 900 things at once. You want to break down Vikings killing Yrel? Well, if we look at them, we saw Fury of the Storm, excuse me. We saw the level 13 and 16 auto attack talents coming out. I don't know them off the top of my head, but what I do know is that if you have all 3 heroes attacking, that is like triple damage on the Yrel. She's got a really big, thick health bar. They do about 2.5%. Attacks or per attack, so you can just go ahead and melt somebody late game. Unfortunately, having a big health bar, Yrel was not long for that word. She did get booped, and taking a 3v1 is super unlucky. So, that's my analysis on it. Big damage hurts Space Goat. Teams are ready. Good luck. Have fun. Dino Spinner.
Yep, don't die. Win games. That is the hot take going into this game 2.
We're going to go ahead and drop that. Alterac Pass, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 in our best of 3. Do we have a series on our hand, or is this going to be a quick 2 and done here from Arrogant Nephalem, who is the higher seed right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Another one of my favorite heroes to play is you call him Stab Daddy himself. Imperious.
I love Stab
Daddy. He is probably my favorite bruiser in the game right now. He does so much damage. I don't think he's even a bruiser. I mean, he has the slows, he has the stuns, but he's a melee assassin. I mean, any sort of Q. Sprinkling in Q into his kit. It's just a lot of burst damage coming out.
I know you didn't mean sarcasm. I just wanted to touch on it a little bit more because, like I said, I'm doing like 100 things right here, right now. To you, Dax, yes, would love Stab Daddy. I've been trying to play him as a mean tank, but I feed out my behind. So, trying to get better at that. Would love to see him here. Our band's very similar to game number 1, but we are going to see this Zarya taken away at that time. Avalanche does not want to deal with that because, holy heck, that was frustrating.
All right, and we're going to see Cash and Ashes first picking that Stukov here. Banned from them game 1, not letting it go to that 3rd round ban here. And Stukov is good on this point. He's got that, his lurking arm being able to, cancel any channels from far and disrupting any sort of engage or disengage on the side of Arrogant Nephalem here. And then we're going to see the Grey Mane swapping sides this time over onto Killadin and Trabe, picking up the Tassadar again.
Really solid pickup here by Arrogant Nephalem. The Stukov, I definitely agree. I think he's so frustrating to play against. He's got one of the most irritating CCs with that lurking arm. You're just trying to go in, and you've got like the perfect engage, and you run in, and you're like, I'm gonna win the game for my team. And then you get silenced, and you're all silenced in a hallway, and their tank is body blocking you, and you're like, come on, man, my team. And then they die.
I have all of my cooldowns. Why can't I push my buttons? Oh yeah, I'm standing in this purple crud. And then it's even worse if he goes the growth on the lurking arm, because then you're trying to walk out of it and it's like continuously growing as you're trying to walk out of it. And it's just a bad time. We're going to see the Johanna picked up again for Faquans here, and Kael'thas coming out for Skeptic.
I really like these teams so far. Greymane Tassadar is so very strong. Viking is going to be banned out here. This is a humongous map, and Avalanche is wise to Arrogant Nephalem's shenanigans. Sad or gosh, which one is that? I need to copy it so I know. So
yeah, Olaf, Eric, and then I don't know the other one's name, but we're going to see that Spider-Man meme pointing at each other bands, respect bands coming out from both offlaners here. We're going to see Null Pointer picking up the Nano Tassadar here. Not a bad pickup. We could see the Black Hole again, and then or the dirty, nasty Nano Malthael pick here, which could really do some damage. So maybe we'll see maybe a Falstad, maybe a less beefy team comp here. I'm not sure. I like men's hero pool, maybe. Any sort of Phoenix, maybe.
Phoenix would be a really solid pick, especially into the Malthael with the ranged matchup. It can be really difficult. Low health bars makes it hard. But we're gonna see the Thrall Orphea come out. Double mage here for Avalanche. Now, that's an insane amount of damage. Very, very cooldown heavy, but insane amounts of burst. No Pointer is going to have to be on their absolute A game with these sleep darts and with the healing darts. And a spicy last pick. Both these teams have exceeded my expectations for the draft. We are going to see that Varian main tank come out.
Yeah, absolutely. Taunt Varian. I like the pick. We ran a lot of Taunt Varian on my team last season on that Towers of Doom. Really just a pain in the butt to deal with, but I like the idea of Thrall going Earthquake and Orphea going trait build and just getting kind of that Exterminator style wombo combo, and then even with the Kael'thas getting that stun and almost being able to 100 to 0 somebody, and then just mixing all that in together with Stukov when nobody can push their buttons. I like the team fight coming on the side of Avalanche here.
I really like Avalanche's team fight. However, the macro play from Arrogant Nephalem is insane. We'll have to see who does what better, because traditionally, double mage has always been a big no-no. We've seen come out of the gate, you've already got your Li Ming, and then somebody locks like a Jaina or a K2, and everyone in Storm League is like, double mage, come on.
Yeah, a lot of bursts coming out. We're going to see Anna taking the sleep talent here at 1. She may go grenade build the rest of the way. Double mage is, like I said, a lot of burst, and to be able to burst heal on Anna, you're going to have to hit that trait and throw a grenade and just spam Q to the best of your abilities and hope that you do not miss.
Very, very true. We'll have to see, because Wono makes a very good point in chat. Aside Taunt, they're kind of missing CC. They've got the sleep from Ana. But that's really it. You've got Taunt, sleep, and then, I guess you can kind of kill them. The Curse Bullet Last Rites combo is there, but the squishy health bars of Avalanche could be a Galaxy Brain play into their blow-up comp.
All right, and then we're going to see Thrall and Malthael already up in the top lane, poking it out here. We did see Thrall go Rolling Thunder here. A little different. Normally you see the Echo of Elements, but, we'll get that percent base damage coming out on the side of, Thrall onto that Malthael, and getting those extra stacks of Frostwolf Resilience will help us sustain as well.
See how they can do, like you said. They're both super sustaining. Thrall is a little bit heavier on the mana. You can see there he's already had to tap to get that mana back, and Kaime is just Kime, I believe is how they've said it was pronounced.
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm saying that right. Kime is actually taking a lot of damage as Thrall is just bullying with their long range poke abilities. Here in the middle lane, the Null camps have been picked up by both teams, and it looks like Tassadar, who's been bottom clearing this whole time, which just they can have a baby amount of XP lead here is going to go ahead and have to back up. As the wave clear from Double Mage, by the way, it's absolutely bonkers from Avalanche, who are just clearing. I mean, the Knolls aren't doing anything right now.
No, they really don't. They just kind of squeal. They are just like some dog pigs. You know, they just kind of walk in the lane. They swing their hammers a little bit. But yeah, they're going to get the double soak. Looks like the rotations coming out from the side of Avalanche, which you don't see very often, you know, on this map. Usually you just kind of see the 1-3-1. But we're going to see Skeptic rotate down here, get the Flame Strike out. And I think maybe miss 1 or 2 little orbs of soak from that wave crashing into the wall. And
Not a big deal.
yeah, Trade just playing peekaboo behind the wall here. You know, getting the vision here from the minion wave, just letting them do their thing and get out of here, and just soaking for his team.
Rich to Nowhere says, don't underestimate an old lady's sleep medicine. What was saying, you know, I never would. And then a little bit of comment about whiskey. One thing I want to point out here is we already have 13 globes on the Mana Addict for Kale Foss at 3 minutes into the game. It looks like there's a gank top. You guys can go ahead and give me those detours in chat. As poor Thrall overstayed his welcome and got booped in the snoot by Greymane there. Knolls are picked up for Avalanche. Objective spawning here in just a second. And the
Yep, that 4 coming on. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
Right ahead. I'm not saying anything important.
No, I was gonna say, yep, 4 coming online for that variant there. So their team fight and gank ability is online now. But the later the game goes, a little less effective that variant becomes. So they're gonna try and make this one a quick one. Probably with that blow up comp again that they're running here. So a lot of disengage potential coming out from the Stukov with the ults at 10, Orphea ult. Oh, and then we're going to get another pause.
Oh, another pause from Trabe now. We're going to go ahead, jump back to up. Looks like Sigatai is lagging, so we are going to see what's up with them. I like men saying, is this an every game thing for you? And Cash and Ash is saying, how many cats you guys got? Because, you know, it's always the cat. You all don't gotta be that nervous. First time in NGS, teams just ribbing each other a little bit. And you know, those cat ganks are like really no joke. So I don't know how many of you guys have been longtime viewers of me, but you may know that sometimes after I finish a stream, I leave my OBS open and I go to bed. And I have a cat who loves to sleep on my keyboard and on my mouse. And there have been so many times where he's crawled across and just clicked the go live button. So it's like my see you next time screen. And then you can hear like other streams that I may have left on to support in the background through. And everyone is like, what the heck is wrong with your stream? Everyone messages me and then it like totally screws up my Twitch algorithm. It says that I've streamed for like 100 hours this time round. So
it happens.
Yeah, the cats are no joke.
Yep, I have an RGB keyboard, and every morning I come down and that thing is on, like my computer's turned off, but if the key is pressed, it will light up. So almost every morning, there, my keyboard is brightly glowing and cycling through all the colors because there was a cat on it at some point throughout the night.
I relate so hard. The teams are ready, so we are going to go ahead and jump back into that pause break, and I'm going to go ahead and have to E and then Z because we did jump over to the variant, who is just clearing lit waves right here. Jump out a little bit. Knolls come out once again. Nobody even started to look at these camps as I forget to jump over to the right scene. There we go. You guys didn't miss anything except for variant clearing some Knolls. And objective finally being taken by Arrogant Nephalem.
Well, they are trying to get some great stalls coming out on the side of Avalanche there, but successful here, and 7's online for the side of Arrogant Nephalem here, and we're just a little tiny hair away from getting 7's on the side of Avalanche here, and that's probably what they're waiting for here to maybe try and engage on this.
They're going to do their best, and now 7s are online for both teams. We're going to see Johanna running it down. Out comes the flame strike from Kale Foss. Gravity Lapse does not connect. Hime looking very low there. However, it is going to be Thrall and then Johanna quickly, who are blown up by the damage of Tassadar. Dragon Fury put out as much damage as they possibly can. However, they are going to go down, and that first cavalry is going to go over to Arrogant Nephalem, who is just dominating this first game. Or the second game, excuse me. They did
the second game.
The first one, they won it.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And a little bit of a split there on the side of those little horde camps there, making it hard for Stukov to maybe try and get a little booger spread for the rest of his team to pop that trait for some healing. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there, but yeah, something that I think that they're going to work on here. I still like the team fight here and the late game potential coming out of Avalanche. But they are 2 levels down. Maybe need to find a pick here if they can. And middle's defended, almost the wall down. That's about it. They'll probably stay in there and poke and finish that off. And the rest of the team is going to rotate bottom here to finish off this cavalcade.
Wonder why the Chomp, Bill, and Org. Yeah, well, if they win, I will have to ask them for you. Won't now. And just like you said, Docs, really solid defense of the middle lane. Solid on the bottom as well, only losing 1 tower. As you said, they are going to stay and get a little bit more damage onto this middle fort, which is incredibly important. Meanwhile, up in the top, Thrall does lose the first gate, but overall, not as bad as it definitely could have been for Avalanche, as they were able to clear up, only losing their gates. They are going to be able to grab their nulls, and one important thing to remember is that Avalanche scales insane with both mages on their team.
Yeah, and not a ton of CC. I mean, outside of Kale Foss at this point in the 4-man until Johanna here gets Blessed Shield at level 10, and then we can probably see some better peels and better engages coming on the side. But we're going to see her pop Unstoppable. We're going to get in there. We're going to Gravity Lapse coming out on, and we're going to see the Varian go down here. Trade looks like he is the next target here. We're getting some punishes. We're getting some condemns out on him. It looks like Trade's going to fall here as well.
2 for the 4. No, the fort didn't even fall. It's still got 1,000 health on it. So, a little bit of a booger to push down, but really well played by Avalanche. They didn't even have level 10 there, and they were able to just go ahead and pick up those kills. And now it looks like they might be setting their sights on Boss. Still 4 seconds down on Tassadar, but not the worst thing. He could run down if they want to try and defend, and it looks like Hime is wise to this Boss. The team is going to go ahead and run down here, but still no black hole for a couple of seconds, as Stukov does drop the Quilling Clutch pretty early, and the Sundering comes out, but nonetheless the boss is secure.
Yeah, we saw 2 ults there get whiffed. That patch of grass was looking pretty mean at them. I don't know, but better to be used, and if it did secure them that boss, well done. You get that worth call coming out. But now we're gonna have Arrogant Nephalem defend this boss here a little bit, and we're gonna see the camp getting taken again on the side of Avalanche here as they rotate top and potentially go for objective, or maybe try and get that double boss play.
Really kind of unfortunate that Avalanche didn't push with this boss, because it's going to get a wall and then go down, which gets them a little bit back in the running for level 13. They're only about a half a level down here now. But the bosses on this map aren't very strong, so using those 2 long cooldowns, 15 seconds is still plenty of time for Arrogant Nephalem to pick a fight here.
Yeah, they can probably pick the fight here pre-13. We're going to probably be about a minute or 2 away from hitting 13s on Arrogant Nephalem. It looks like they're going to disengage here and probably just try and soak 13s. We got Hime on that camp, being able to solo that, and then he's going to run down there and grab that bottom soak for his team.
Can't remember his name, we'll just call him Big K, all right?
There we go. Yep, Big K it is. I like it. Hopefully that doesn't tilt you. I am sorry if it does.
Big K for those big plays, am I right? Really doing a fantastic job for his team there. And I realize everything coming out of my mouth is probably super cringy right now, but everybody is just going to go ahead and clear out those camps, try to race to 13. As you said, Arrogant Nephalem hits it a little bit first, so they are going to go ahead and look to invade this cavalry shrine here. A little bit of damage coming out. Sugatai jumps in. Whoop, a buffer from me. Phoenix has been thrown down, trying to harass the team members from being able to poke out those little horde soldiers there. One guy in the back does not get it, and Avalanche needs to step up here. They better be careful. Johanna in a little bit of a pickle. She gets a big condemn out. However, last right's going to finish the job. 3 members are so very low, though, on the side of Arrogant Nephalem.
Yeah, absolutely. Shattering throws going to get a ton of work here, getting picked up here by the variant here with the Greymane and the Mouthfeel. With the last rights, Johanna's going to have a rough time going in here. We're going to see the Trabe getting the kill onto the Kael'thas here. Try to finish off this, and they're going to get the second objective in a row.
Really rough there. This time without Kael'thas to defend, it is going to be harder. We do see that middle fort eventually fall. And the top fort was taken as well earlier in the game. Middle keep seems to be the objective here for Arrogant Nephalem. And they didn't even, I mean, they used a couple of ults there, but they are all relatively low cooldown. They're stepping up here. Varian taking a little bit of damage. Sigatai having to run out, but out comes that electrified fence once again. Killian just doing as much harass as they can, and poor Johanna is having such a miserable time in the front line.
Yeah, she is just getting chunked down. She's having a hard time stepping up. The Unstoppable is great, but once she pops that Unstoppable, Varian can just Shattering Throw and just deal just a huge amount of damage to that shield.
Some people say that Varian is the counter to Johanna. I sincerely disagree, but we're seeing a lot of value come out of it here. Like you said, the Shattering Throw, and then the taunt makes her really kind of squishy without her biggest defense. It is hard. We're gonna see Arrogant Nephalem come down here to the bottom, try and clear out that bottom fort, which they do with ease. And now they're looking at this bottom fort. Johanna jumping out once again. The wall just destroying Johanna. However, the lurking arm comes down. Flailing Swipe dropped to make sure the tank gets out safely. And just the wall gonna be taken here for Arrogant Nephalem. Looks like they grab the wall down on the bottom, grab the wall in the mid, and the top as well, making easy access in and out of these keeps.
Yeah, we don't have bottom boss up for another 30 seconds here, so they're probably just taking their time here, trying to get 16s, maybe try and re-engage or invade on the camp here if they can. Their camp is up, but let's see where we're going to go. Maybe top for top boss. That could be the play here. Now that they have 16s.
Running top as fast as they can, and good point. I didn't even see that level 16 is now online, and that's exactly going to be the play. All 5 members together, and it's actually the tank just straggling behind here. He is going to be able to run up and just zone, not even going to tank. Just hang out in the bush. Noel's picked up for Avalanche, and now Johanna and Thrall coming to maybe check on this boss. They are going to be too late, however. The boss does go over. Spell Power Banner dropped by Varian there. And Johanna and Thrall have no choice but to retreat.
All right, I was wondering if they were going to go down and try and take that bottom, but it looks like they're going to all rotate top with that camp push in mid here and try and defend this on that keep.
Once again, these bosses aren't incredibly strong. This isn't, you know, like a cursed hollow boss, so we'll have to see what they can do. Johanna stepping out really far, and this is like the 4th time she's fallen for this. Once again, Shattering Throw reduces that Iron Skin there. A little bit of anti-synergy coming out from the Crushing Jaws and the Sundering there. Really unfortunate. Phoenix is dropped, trying to keep the heroes away. The boss at about 40% health now. Big damage coming out from the heroes. But the keep at 50% health. Really great zoning by Avalanche, not allowing Arrogant Nephalem to step up and get extra poke here. The keep survives for now.
Yeah, just keeping that little sliver of health. We are at about 4,300 health on that, but the main thing is just still keeping that core vulnerable for the time being, and having all of that armor still available on their core can give them another fighter's chance here. 16's online for them now, and this could be anyone's fight. They can just win a team fight here and turn things around.
The big burst damage has been proving troublesome when Avalanche is able to take fights at the same talent tier. We'll see if they're going to take the fight here now, or if they're going to try for the super spicy boss, everybody alive. However, doesn't look like they're going to do that. Just going to go ahead, try and clear out some of these catapult nulls. Once again, there are no catapults on this map. We haven't talked about the weather at all, in case anybody cares. It's Snow Shield, not that it's done a whole lot of help for any team really here.
I mean, other than Shattering Throw getting even more value, since everybody has that permanent shield and he does more damage onto shields and can, just turn it on or off at any point that he feels like it.
Oh, that's a great point. I didn't even think of that. One thing I want to point out, which I just think is super impressive, Kel'Thas with 50 stacks on that Mana Addict level 1. Now we get to see a little bit coming out from Arrogant Nephalem. So many ults being dropped here. Johanna and Thrall are going to go down. Sigatai, who was very low, is going to jump in the back and be nice and healed up by Ana. The front line is completely gone from Avalanche. They're having a really difficult time jumping in. They've got an insane amount of poke, trying to harass, making sure that they can try and prevent this cavalry from getting out, but without any members to step up, it looks like they're just going to go ahead and try and clear their lanes. So there is a humongous wave here in the top that did grab that top keep.
Yeah, a lot of great poke coming out on the side of Avalanche here, just not being able to finish that kill onto Sigatai on the Varian. If he would have went down and just the tank for tank, it maybe would have been a little bit of a different fight. But this may be their last chance here, right before 20s, to pick a team fight. Everybody is up. We're gonna have rounding up the alts coming up here, and this may be our last team fight.
I don't know if we've even seen the Go for the Throat come out just because the team is destroyed so fast. Once again, ultimates are coming out on a Sigatai, but no pointer, just keeping him so healthy and so alive. Johanna able to sneak past that force wall this time round, does not get caught out. And one point I wanted to talk more about the 2 touchdown Dax is that there is no follow-up like confirming the kill from Avalanche. Johanna falls there as she tries to step out past the cavalry and gets absolutely blown to bits. Skeptic is going to be the next to go very low. Willingfoot comes out, saving his life. But there's a ton of poke. You can drop the enemy heroes very, very low, but 2 keeps down, we could be looking at game here as out comes the taunt onto Dragon Fury. Cash and Ash is so very low. 2 forts have gone down. 2 drop does go down, and this fort is just melting. Doing best to stay alive. However, 300 health, 0 health. That is going to be game number 2 and series going over to Arrogant Nephalem.
Yeah, and I think one thing we didn't touch base on at all, other than maybe Johanna getting caught out, but just Trabe's force walls